Hello to all. The today's video lecture topic is microcontroller. We give a presentation on the topic of microcontroller. Firstly, we see the contents of microcontroller. Introduction, components, microprocessor versus microcontroller programming, advantages of microcontroller, why we choose microcontroller, real-time applications, popular microcontrollers, major market players. What are microcontrollers? A microcontroller is a functional computer system on a chip. It contains a processor core, memory, and programmable input-output peripherals. Microcontroller suggests the device is small and micro suggests that the device is small and controller tells you that the device might be used to control objects, processor or events. Another terms to describe a microcontroller is embedded controller because the microcontroller and its support circuits are often built into or embedded in the device they control. The microcontrollers are small computing system on a single chip. A microcontroller will also be referred to as the MCU, the central processing unit CPU, program memory, random access memory, RAM, EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, USART, timers or counters, ADC or DAC, IO ports, CAN, SPIs, etc. The examples of microcontroller are 8051 microcontroller is a common, Motorola's 6811, Intel's 8051, Zilog's Z8 and PIC 16X. CPU, IO port, RAM, having a timer, ROM, serial port, all are in a single chip. A microcontroller has 7 main components. First is central processing unit, which is the main component in a microcontroller. After that, ROM. Third is RAM. Fourth is input and output. And fifth is timer. Sixth is interrupt circuitry. Seventh is buses. Eighth is oscillatory circuits. A microcontroller has 7 main components we see in a slide. First is the special functioning block, the RAM, which is connected to the ROM, EEPROM, double EEPROM. The timers or counters connected to the special functioning block, interrupt control, parallel IO ports, DAC, digital to analog converter, ADC, analog to digital converter, CPU, central processing unit, timing and control, oscillator circuit. The crystal is connected to the oscillator circuit. The general purpose microprocessor is contained in CPU for computers, commonly no RAM, ROM, IO or CPU chip itself. The data bus and the address bus both are used in microcontroller. Many chips on motherboard, RAM, ROM, IO port, timer, serial COM port. The microprocessor versus microcontroller. In microprocessor, CPU is a standalone RAM. In microcontroller, CPU, RAM, ROM, IO and timers are all on a single chip. In microprocessor, designer can decide on the amount of ROM, RAM and IO ports. In microcontroller, fixed amount of on-chip ROM, RAM, IO ports. Highly bit addressable. In microprocessor, that is expensive. In microcontroller, for application which cost, power and space are critical. Microprocessor versatility, general purpose microcontroller are a single purpose. This is the difference between microprocessor versus microcontroller. The next microcontroller topic we see in next video lecture. Thank you.